to our Friday of a blog.
Yes, Friday of a blog. We haven't done one in a while, and we had a few requests and people saying, where are those blogs? And then we had a new member of our team, Udit, join, and he said, you guys have to get your act together and get those blogs going.
And it's Friday.
So, it's blog day. So, happy 2019.
And since it's a new year, it's probably a good time to think about raising capital, getting new investors, some new money to help you grow, advance your company.
Especially if you think that perhaps even a downturn could be coming.
Recession talk.
Yikes.
So we have 3 ideas for you on how to, well, really the secrets to successfully attracting investors.
Mm-hmm. And probably the one that I am the most passionate about is around qualifying the investors that you go after and doing your homework before and during that initial discussion with the investors.
Is this something you've always done?
What do you think? Yes, I've always done it. I have.
No, the truth is we spent a lot of time, wasted time, because we didn't ask really obvious questions like, do you invest in a startup? Are you able to invest this year?
Yeah, and what's your qualifying criteria? Do you like our geography? Do you like kind of, again, as a venture fund, we'll say, this is the segment that we invest in, what do you think of that? So it is really important to do that, but you can do a lot of qualification online. You don't have to just do it when you finally get them on the phone.
But don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask them how long their process takes. Don't be afraid to ask if they invest in your region of the world. No question is done when you're qualifying, because it's a lot of time you spend with them, only to find out weeks or months later that there's some reason they can't do it or go forward.
Right, and this is the year of being high performance. It is the year of productivity, so you don't want to waste your time. So that's the first point that we have.
All right, number 2 is human connection.
Human connection.
People invest in other people
because they like you, because they can relate to you. And one of the things that is probably my biggest pet peeve is when you get talked at. I kind of feel like that's perhaps what we're doing now, we're just talking at you. But the point is that when you actually get somebody on the phone, try and connect with them where you have a conversation. And it isn't just spewing tons of information about your business without taking a breath or without pausing and saying, is this what you need? Is this what you were looking for? What kind of questions do you have that I can make sure I answer as we have this discussion?
So have a conversation, don't give a lecture.
Have a conversation, don't give a lecture, don't talk at somebody.
Okay, also on this line is I think you have to get to a level of a I call it the sympathy level. So you have to develop enough of a human connection with the potential investor so that they have a sympathy level for you, for the lows you're going through as an entrepreneur or a company, and also they start to celebrate your wins because they're going through the journey with you, that roller coaster of really understanding you and your organization at a personal sympathy level.
Yeah, the only thing I do to challenge that one though is in the very early stages as you're trying to court all these investors, it's really hard to get people to empathize with you. So one of the effective things that we've seen, and we do it ourselves, is storytell. So tell stories and see which stories actually get the investors kind of excited and which investors perhaps a little drowsy, and then don't tell those stories again.
Right, and if you can fake cry, it really works well too. Okay, the last one.
The last one is that you must be politely annoying. You can't let up. You can't think, wow, that conversation went so well. I just can't wait until they give us the feedback that they said that they were going to give us. Send a follow-up note. Think about ways on a weekly basis. Even we used to do it on a daily basis when we were raising our very first fund and went far too long without a paycheck. But think about what you can do to really make yourself kind of visible, apparent, present in their world so they don't forget about you. And it also gives them a chance to kind of ask questions and probe. we made a mistake. Scott and I made a mistake last year where we had given over some analysis to a potential investor, and then we thought, okay, this is so great, and then we got really busy and distracted on other things, and then the analysis was analyzed in isolation, and we weren't politely annoying that we didn't get the end result that we wanted because we didn't stay in their faces. So you gotta stay in their face.
The lesson is no news is bad news. It
Well
is.
said.
No
Well
news
said.
is bad news, so make sure that you are consistent in your communication with them and you don't let things go silent expecting no news is good news. It's not. It never is.
Exactly.
Make sure you are politely annoying. So that's it. Those are our 3 lessons for the day on securing your next investor. Make sure that you do qualifying by questioning.
Make sure that you have a human connection.
And lastly, be politely annoying.
Ah.